sleep, eat, and pounce on people.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Save Point Podcast, Games Edition. I am Josh, as always. I've got Sean, Face, and Theo here. How you guys doing today?
Good.
This is going to be a good episode, I think. There has been a lot of news that's been happening, finally unrelated to the pandemic that we are all living through. We got some updates on Final Fantasy VII Remake. Of course, Assassin's Creed Valhalla was formally not released, unveiled this morning with a brand new cinematic trailer. We've got some other things. What else? Oh, Last of Us 2 and Ghost of Tsushima get new release dates. There's a new Battlefield game, and it looks like the PS5 reveal is finally for real, imminent this time. So let's jump right in, guys, to the news. We'll start with Assassin's Creed, since that's the big thing that's been going around interwebs today. First off, did you guys watch the trailer, and what did you guys think of it?
I think it's not your traditional Assassin's Creed game. I think it's just going with the brand.
What do you mean?
Most Assassin's Creed games are like stealthy, but this one looks like it's
more action.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to have I'm sure it'll have some stealth elements, like maybe hide in the bushes and ambush.
Yeah, like Odyssey, but
more straightforward combat.
I think it's more of an adventure game, just like Odyssey was. And the setting, I think it's the best setting.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I don't know. I really like Black Flag. It actually is. It's the same studio that did Black Flag. Right. The same writers who did Black Flag also.
Right.
So that just gets me like 10 times more excited for it. Because that's my favorite Assassin's Creed game. What
about you, Chase? What do you think of it? As somebody who's not traditionally an Assassin's Creed fan, did this do anything for you?
I'm not like an Assassin's Creed hater. The games always looked cool to me.
He's a hater.
He's just boycotting it until I go to Japan.
I want ninjas and samurais. That being said, I probably will play this game because give me anything Viking and Norse related, and I'm all in.
So I didn't get a chance to write up the story for this one, so I'm just pulling this from IGN. They basically broke down, in addition to the cinematic reveal trailer, they had a bullet point list of some of the details in the game. We will start with the gameplay and combat. Combat has been altered in some form with an emphasis on making every hit feel impactful. That includes giving players the ability to dismember and decapitate foes. While assassins have had two weapons at once before, Valhalla places a new emphasis on dual-wielding weaponry, with players allowed to mix and match the game's arsenal. Shields return as part of that arsenal after being absent from Odyssey. The Assassin's Blade returns. Throwing axes will be available in Valhalla as one of, I think it's Eivor is the main character's name, or Eivor. Eivor's many weapon options. Players will traverse by sea via their Viking longship. Players can spot fortresses from the water to attack with their raiding party in massive raids. Large-scale land battles will also be part of the story, though it's unclear if they'll function like Odyssey's army battles. There's going to be RPG elements just like the previous ones. Open-world activities include hunting, fishing, dice, and drinking games. Additionally, Valhalla will introduce the competitive sport of flighting, aka Viking rap battles. Apparently is a thing.
Is that like a real historical thing?
I think it is. I didn't really check into it, but I think it's based off of like a real like thing
tradition or something.
Yeah. It's spelled Flyting. Eivor, the protagonist, will have a bird companion in the form of a raven, a common addition to the most recent Assassin's Creed games. Into the setting. Well, first off, let's start there. Or stop there. I mean, it sounds... Does anything jump out to you as far as like any of the bullet points I just read off about the gameplay?
I mean, it has more activities than it did Odyssey. by just not just being the main story point.
Mm-hmm.
You have it sounds like you have more things to
Freedom.
do. Yeah,
Seems like.
Yeah.
I hope
go ahead.
You can Blood Eagle people in it. That'd be pretty cool.
You could do what?
Blood Eagle people.
What is that? I don't know what that is. Blood Eagle?
You just look it up.
All right. There's a couple things that I saw in a different article that said basically or at least a big portion of the game is going to be based around your settlement and recruiting different Vikings to your cause. That'll give you build buildings that give you like certain perks, abilities, things like that. You're going to basically recruit this giant party that it sounds like will tie into the raids that you can partake in that we just talked about. So that seems pretty cool. There was something else. Oh, and then the world itself. It says that you can basically travel between England and Norway basically at will. And it's not like, I don't know if this is true in any of the other Assassin's Creed games, but it sounded like maybe that once you reach like a certain story point, you can't like backtrack, or that you can't go back. But it seems like here it's going to be more, you can basically come and go as you see fit. And depending
on Odyssey, you can do that.
You can
go back.
Okay. And it sounded like depending on what point of the story that you're in the main campaign, that if you do go back to basically Norway or the earlier portions of the game, things will be dramatically different.
I thought it was Denmark. It's not Denmark. It might. I don't know.
It says, well, let's go into the story and world. So Valhalla is set in 9th century England during the Dark Ages. It will follow Eivor. I still don't know if I'm pronouncing it right. It's Eivor or Eivor, a Viking warrior who leads his people out of Norway and into England to settle. King Alfred of Wessex will be an opponent that Eivor and the Vikings face. Alfred will be the antagonist, but narrative director Darby McDevitt said it could be wrong to call him the central antagonist of the game. Where some other possible big antagonist may appear is in the modern-day story, as Ishmael has also confirmed Layla's modern story from Origins and Odyssey would continue in Valhalla. Eivor will eventually run across some groups of assassins in England, though at this time the Assassins and Templars are still being referred to as they were in AC Origins and Odyssey, the Hidden Ones, and the Order of the Ancients, respectively. Valhalla's map will include Norway, which players can return to after the Vikings leave, and the 4 kingdoms of England: Wessex, Northumbria, East Anglia, and Mercia. Major English cities included will be London, Winchester, and Jorvik. While Valhalla is not meant to be the end of the series, McDevitt called it a, quote, good capper to the franchise so far and should include a lot of nods to the franchise's story.
I wonder if that means it'll like conclude the modern day story.
I think that, yeah, I would hope. I mean, that's
maybe that's what he's getting at.
I thought they needed the modern day story.
Yeah, that's like the least interesting part of Assassin's Creed, I think. As player choice, we'll go over this real quick. It's basically about customization. Like AC Odyssey, players can choose either a male or female protagonist. Gear will be much more customizable in Valhalla. Each piece of gear in the game will be unique. New customization options include hair, tattoos, clothing, and war paint. Players will be able to make custom Viking raiders for their raiding parties and even share them with friends. Players will also get to forge a home for themselves and either Vikings with the focus on building a settlement, your Viking homestead. The settlement will include buildings to upgrade, like a blacksmith, barracks, tattoo parlor, and more. Players will also be able to make choices throughout the campaign, including political and personal alliances, dialogue choices, and more. Alliance examples include conducting a marriage to unite clans, while romance options will also be available to the player. So it really sounds like they're obviously, trying to just take like bits and pieces of each of the previous ones and obviously make like the best version of this game they can. It's coming out for PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series X, Stadia. Obviously PC is in there as well. A good note to that is if you do get the Xbox One version, you get the Xbox Series X version at no additional cost when that releases. What was the name of that, Sean? Their service they're calling?
Smart Delivery.
Smart Delivery. So yeah, that is included with Smart Delivery. So that's obviously a really cool perk. I think the game looks sweet. The trailer was really cool. They released some. It's without a HUD, but they released a bunch of the not a bunch. I think it's only like 6 or 7, but actual in-engine, in-world screenshots.
Yeah, those look really good.
Yeah, it's basically what you would find in like a photo mode. It looks like, but yeah, I mean, it looks awesome. I haven't beaten an Assassin's Creed, and I've played most of them. Recently, I played Odyssey.
I've
obviously,
never beaten an Assassin's Creed.
I've beaten all of them.
Have you? So, I mean, yeah, it sounds cool. It's got like, again, I was telling Leo over text, I think you guys saw it too. It's like Assassin's Creed meets Suikoden, which is pretty cool. Yeah. It sounds awesome. It sounds like another game you're probably going to have to sink 100 hours into, if that's kind of your deal.
That's no problem.
Yeah, I hope the base building, I hope that's like really in depth.
Yeah.
I read that you can place it, maybe. I don't know. I don't think I'm making this up, but I think they said that you can like actually place the buildings like where you want.
Oh, really? I didn't see that, but I mean that makes sense.
I don't know if I made that up, but that'd be cool though. If I am making it up,
Ubisoft, if you're listening. But yeah, and so anything else on that, guys, before we kind of move forward?
No. What? I will say they're going to be showing gameplay at Xbox's gameplay reveal event on the 7th. So
yeah, so that'll be So stay tuned for that. It won't be long. And for those listening, I think we're going to do some type of live reacts to that. I'm going to see if these two knuckleheads on the end of the screen here will do that, since they are the Xbox guys of the group. I'll definitely be tuning in as well, but look forward to that. But moving on. Number 2, Tetsuya Nomura wants to develop Final Fantasy VII Remake sequels at a faster pace. Not sure how many parts it will ultimately be. Final Fantasy VII Remake co-director Tetsuya Nomura said that he prefers Part 2 and all subsequent parts to be released quickly, and in doing so, it requires focusing on a, quote, smaller portion of the overall story, end quote. That quote is taken from an interview with Ultimania, a guide and lore book available in Japan. Yoshinori Kitase later chimed in, quote, "We have a rough idea on that, talking about how many parts Final Fantasy VII Remake will ultimately be, but it's not been completely decided yet. It's impossible to talk about this right now. It seems that many people think it will be a trilogy," end quote. "It all depends on how many parts we make," Nomura said. "If we separate into bigger chunks, it will take more time, but if we take smaller portions, it can be done in a shorter span. Personally, I would like to deliver it fast." So the only reason I threw this in there is obviously it's a direct follow-up to the story we talked about last week and the question that we had last week. So it sounds like they are preferring smaller chunks at a maybe faster clip. So I think it's safe to say, I mean, it's obviously nothing is set in stone, it sounds like, but it sounds safe to say that it's definitely going to be more than 3 parts. Kind of just your gut reaction. How do you guys feel about that?
I mean, I'm cool with that as long as like the smaller chunks are like around the same size as the part 1.
So
yeah,
and if they come out faster, then
right.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind paying full price if it's the size of the the 7.
That is true. I mean, it's
but a lot of people might be mad about that, honestly, having to pay who knows
another
if it's $60,
right,
$300 or more dollars for the entire
experience.
series.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Again, I guess you can do that for any franchise.
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
But yeah, I mean, it's it'll be interesting. I don't know. It doesn't sound like. Again, Nomura said he personally would like to deliver it fast. I don't know if he has the ultimate say or the final say on that, but it sounds like, you know.
Well, this one did sell a lot, so.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, they seem to have a formula. So my question is, obviously, with the kind of the added segments that they threw into Midgar, obviously the sky high production values, taking all that into account with they're focusing on a smaller portion of the story, where do you think part 2 is going to end? Now that we know it's probably not going to end at the end of disc 1 like we thought it might be, where do you see it kind of segmenting off at this point?
Junin Harbor?
Yeah, I was thinking maybe once they cross the sea, yeah.
Yeah, have like the final part on the ship, maybe.
Right.
That'd be good. That'd be actually a pretty decent spot to end it, because you get that big Genova fight on the ship.
Yeah.
And, that'd be kind of a cool last boss.
And then you have the new continent to look forward to in the next one.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too. It'll be interesting. Obviously, but if they
go at that clip, the game would be like 7 games long, though.
That's what I mean. Like, how many parts is this going to be? Is it 7, 8, 9, 10? Is it going to, like you said, Sean, is it going to be a $300, $400, $500 experience to play the whole, the entirety of Final Fantasy VII remakes?
I don't think that bothered people that much if the subsequent releases were every couple of years.
Yeah, if it's every 18 to 24 months, maybe.
Years. Yeah.
I would hope. I mean, I don't know.
I think it would bother people if it was $60 and only like a 20-hour experience, though.
Right. Yeah, I mean, if they keep, if they make it, again, 30 to 40, 50 hours for part 2, and it gets you to Junin, they still, again, give you those high production values and the expanded story elements. Do you think it's likely that we'll see this by the end of 2021? Another 18 months roughly from now?
I'd say it's possible.
I say it's possible, but unlikely.
You're thinking like spring 2022?
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. More like kind of do it as spring, late winter release again.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking too. It'll be interesting. Obviously, we'll have to wait before we hear any concrete details about that. But moving on, this one's kind of a multi-part story, so bear with me here. After being delayed indefinitely, The Last of Us Part 2 will be released on June 19th, and Ghost of Tsushima will now be pushed back to July 17th. However, the bigger news to come out of the new announcements concerning the release dates are that major spoilers about the game's plot have been leaked online by a former, clearly disgruntled Naughty Dog employee. A short statement from Naughty Dog's Twitter account posted, "We know that the last few days have been incredibly difficult for you. We feel the same. It's disappointing to see the release and sharing of pre-release footage from development. Do your best to avoid spoilers, and we ask that you don't spoil it for others. The Last of Us Part 2 will be in your hands soon." Yeah, so basically that was the end of the quote. The update to that, so the way this story came out was that it was supposed to be by a former dev who supposedly, and again, this is all conjecture and rumor, it's not official, but I guess they withheld bonuses. Naughty Dog withheld some type of bonus to devs. And so he was I don't know if it was a man or woman, but this dev was so obviously upset that they somehow stole pre-release code of the game and basically a bullet point of all the major story spoilers, posted them online. I don't know. I mean, I know you guys aren't huge on social media, but did you guys hear anything about this over the last year?
Yeah, it's pretty big. I mean, it is pretty big news.
Yeah, I mean, I even saw it on my Yahoo News.
Did you? Okay. Well, I was just scrolling through Twitter, and obviously everybody was talking about it, and I had to like filter the last, because I don't want it spoiled for me. I don't know what it is, but yeah, apparently it's out there in the wild, and so you just have to be very wary if you don't want it spoiled for you. However, the update to this story, I wrote this yesterday, but an update today says that story about the disgruntled dev is not actually true, and they don't necessarily officially. Naughty Dog is saying that they don't know where the leak came from. I don't know if that's just them trying to save face, try to keep the,
it probably is.
Try to keep the morale at the company high.
They don't want it out that they're withholding bonuses or whatever.
Right. And so who knows if that's true. I hope that
how or why else would pretty much the entire plot of the game be leaked?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting because if this dev is found, I mean, they're gonna sue him for breaking his NDA. They're gonna sue him for punitive damages and things like that. So I mean, he could get the book thrown at him. And not to mention that if he ever wants to work for another developer, I think he's burned a lot of his bridges.
He won't. He ain't gonna get another job.
Well, that's what I mean. I hope he knew. Yeah. So I don't know. Just be wary if you're interested in The Last of Us, and it is a game all about its characters and its plot. So if you do go online, message boards and social media and stuff like that, just be careful for those spoilers. But nevertheless, it will be in our hands soon. Again, June 19th. Ghost of Tsushima is now on July 17th. Let's move on. A new Battlefield game is confirmed for 2021. I'm not going to read this whole story, but basically there was a EA confirmed that there was going to be some new DLC for Battlefront 2, Star Wars Battlefront 2, and in that update they kind of quietly, not that it's a huge surprise, but they quietly announced that the next Battlefield is in development for release next year. Obviously, there's no details on that. The only reason I brought this up, there's no gameplay details or about its setting or when it takes place. But Leo, I think out of the four of us, you probably played Battlefield the most, at least recently. With Battlefield 5 returning to World War II, Battlefield 1 obviously taking place World War 1, which were the last two releases. Do you have any hopes or any ideas or any kind of...
I just hope they keep it the same as those two, where there's a larger map.
Oh my God.
Just to keep it different from Call of Duty. They tried to do that with the urban one. I can't remember what that one was called.
Call of Duty 4, wasn't it?
Hardline.
Yeah.
Hardline.
Battlefield Hardline.
The cops one.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
That was horrible.
not a fan of that one.
I'll take Civil War.
So what do you?
Civil War.
Yeah, it takes you 60 seconds to reload your musket.
Yeah.
So do you want them to see? Do you want them to tackle a certain time period or a certain conflict or anything that kind of jumps out to you?
No, I don't see any. Just a large map. Yeah. Nothing like Warzone where it shrinks after a time.
Right, where it's not like a battle royale.
Yeah.
Right. What about you guys? Anything?
I mean, I would say Vietnam, but
me
after
too.
COD is doing Vietnam, I think it'd just be a little redundant.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Battlefield would not do that.
It would be cool.
I think maybe
If Call of Duty wasn't doing it.
first Desert Storm would be cool.
I was thinking something like that, something in the Middle East, kind of more modern. I
That
think
was
would
just
be
all
pretty
air
cool.
power, though. That wasn't even hardly boots on the ground.
Yeah, but they also did you see the
Yeah.
Battlefield 5 trailer, the debut trailer?
Yeah,
the
they've
reveal
been
trailer?
straying far from reality lately.
Yeah,
That's true.
That is
I
true.
mean, have you seen American Sniper? Come on.
Or, I mean, it'd be cool if they, even if it was, I mean, they're not going to do this, but even if it was something that wasn't even had anything to do with the United States,
Yeah,
you know what
that
I
would be
mean?
cool.
Like, Japan and China during World War II or something like that would
Right.
be cool. Or
I think that would be
the
cool.
Russian Revolution.
I always thought it would be cool. And did you guys ever play Spec Ops: The Line? It was
No.
it was a last gen game. It was really cool because it kind of painted the United States military in like kind of a negative light. There was definitely a gray area. I always thought, and this is not even Battlefield specifically, but I always thought it would be cool to kind of see, because we always see Americans as the heroes, and I always thought it would be kind of cool to see them maybe as, yeah, you're maybe playing on an opposite point of view, and it would obviously be very controversial, especially
Like
here in the
Cold
West.
War?
But just like, something where Americans are the antagonist. You're actually...
I don't think they'll ever do that.
I don't either. I don't think
they wouldn't sell as much in the U.S. just based off of that.
I know, but I think that...
Russia.
I think it would be cool, because it's always, the macho U.S. military going in, but something that's more like story focused that does, because obviously the U.S. has been on the wrong side of history several times, and it would just be cool to see that play out. But yeah, with
you could do a campaign where you can choose which side you want to play.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, but anyway, so that is that. Look for that next fall, I'm assuming, maybe right around the holiday season, the next Battlefield game.
Yeah, it'll probably be around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's what I would imagine. So these, I'm not going to read these, but basically I'm going to tie these two together. Sean, I will let you handle the Xbox news. I will take the PS5, so I'll get started, and then you can kind of talk about what Microsoft has announced in terms of its third-party gameplay reveal for next week. But the headline is the PS5 imminent, like for real this time? Official PlayStation Magazine may have given us a better timeline as to... I will read it. Will give us a better timeline as to when we'll finally see the reveal for the PlayStation 5. In its June issue, available now digitally and on store shelves early next month, so here within the next couple days, it has confirmed that the July issue would, quote, reveal the latest games coming to PlayStation 5 and how they'll play, end quote. So that's basically it. It doesn't give us anything else other than that. But go ahead and fill people in on kind of what Microsoft announced, and then we'll cover it all at once.
Right. Yeah. So they sent out a tweet, Microsoft, or maybe it was just the Xbox division. But yeah, May 7th, and it's going to be... Oh, cat's going crazy. Yeah, they're doing an event. God, I don't remember what it's called. I think it's Xbox On. They're all at their homes and all that. But the event is on the 7th, May 7th, so next week at 11 Eastern time. Everybody like in the community speculated that they're going to be showing Fable and, what I'm assuming is the Perfect Dark reboot. But they said specifically it's going to be third party.
Right. There was, I think it was maybe Phil Spencer or somebody, one of the execs clarified that it was going to be third party focused for now.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, obviously, Assassin's Creed is going to be there. That's been confirmed. I'm assuming they're going to be showing Cyberpunk running on us.
Yes, that would be cool.
They got marketing rights to both Assassin's Creed and Cyberpunk.
Right.
I don't know. I'm trying to think of some other big, third party.
I would imagine that we would see like a sports title, whether that's a FIFA,
right? Yeah,
maybe a Madden or an NBA 2K,
right?
But yeah, I don't know. I mean,
I'm hoping Elden Ring also, because they also have marketing rights for Elden Ring.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
from software, yeah. I'm thinking that there's going to be at least one Japanese game, because Phil Spencer, they're really trying to crack down on those Japanese titles.
Right.
And the only one I can think of, is Elden Ring. Unless it's just something completely new,
right,
exclusive that maybe we don't know about yet.
Is there anything that you two specifically, Chase or Leo too, but is there anything that you would hope to see or that you're predicting would kind of make an appearance?
Not really. Before I had learned that it was all third party, I thought we were going to see some Fable stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'd be cool to see the new Call of Duty, like a reveal trailer or something,
Ooh,
running
that
on
would
the
be cool.
Series X.
Yeah.
Because it's around the time when they start revealing stuff for the new Call of Duty, at least like a reveal trailer or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah, that would be cool.
They are Microsoft later in the summer. They are doing another event
Mm-hmm.
that they're going to have their first parties, and I'm assuming they're going to be showing off the Lockhart there, the cheaper model.
Right.
So yeah, if you're looking forward to like Fable, other first party stuff, you're just gonna have to wait a little bit longer. I'm just excited to see what these games are gonna be looking like.
I do too.
The screenshots for Assassin's Creed, even though it's cross-gen for both platforms, it looks really good.
Yeah.
And
you have to imagine. I mean, it does. I don't think it said unless I missed it, but you have to imagine that revealed trailer was running obviously real time on. I would imagine it's a 1X is what it was running on.
Right.
But yeah, man, or Series X.
Yeah, Series X.
But yeah, I'm interested to kind of see, for later in the summer, for the first party, you have to imagine, if the Fable reboot is true, which everybody assumes it is, maybe a new Forza game, Halo, Perfect Dark, if that's going to be there, whatever the case may be, some of the newer developers that they've kind of gobbled up in the last year or so. But yeah, I'm interested. I wonder if I could see Ubisoft showing another game. I would like to see maybe like a new Far Cry. I think would be really cool.
Far Cry would be cool. I like the Far Cry games. Actually, I heard something about the next Far Cry is going to bring back Vaz.
Yes, that's what I was about to say. There was the actor that played him, I think, tweeted, or maybe it was in an interview, said that there was he was somehow involved in the next one, or that they might be bringing him back, something along those lines. Yeah. So that would be cool, because Far Cry 3 is my favorite one that I've played. So it would be cool to have a continuation of that. So who knows? I mean, we really don't have to wait. I mean, it's going to be the 7th, so it's only a week away.
I can't wait. Yeah, I'm so ready for like the end of the year. I'm ready for these systems to come out.
Me too, man.
I do think that I will say that I do think they might show Halo in between the two events.
Maybe like in its own event.
Just because if it were me, and like, who am I? But I wouldn't want to wait too long. Even though like July is not too long, I would want to start building the hype for Halo as much as I can. So I hope they show it in between the two events. And Microsoft's been dropping a lot of info pretty steadily since they revealed the Series X. So I hope they drop something after this event.
I do too. I'm just interested to see it all come together. We're kind of on that precipice of a bunch of exciting news here in the next couple months. But switching gears to PlayStation, Leo, if they do reveal the latest games, and again, I'm reading the quote here, reveal the latest games coming to PlayStation 5, what do you want to see? It doesn't specify whether it's first or third party. So what do you hope we'll see? Like, what do you expect? What do you predict? Or anything that jumps to mind for you?
Well, definitely Cyberpunk would be the main one I want to see on there. I don't know if they'll have Last of Us for that, if there's any graphics change between 4 and 5, since it's coming out in 4.
Yeah, I mean, I according to PlayStation, all PlayStation 4 games will be natively backwards compatible and forwards compatible. So you can put the PS4 version of... Yeah, am I saying that right? PS4 version into the PS5. And, it's supposed to have like new... I don't know exactly what it is, whether it's just faster loading times, maybe some tracing or something. But yeah, it is supposed to take advantage of some of the hardware that the PS5 offers. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, most of the games I usually play are just sports games.
Yeah, I would say that they might show off the new Horizon, because I think that's like the biggest franchise that has come out the longest time ago. if that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean the first Horizon was in
like
2012.
2015 or something, right?
Was it? I thought it was 2012. Hold on, I'll look.
Zero Dawn?
No, I think it was later than that.
Was it?
It was
Because
probably
lots of
close to
things come out
14,
2013.
15.
Yeah,
Maybe it
PS4 came
was.
out 2013. It was, I think it was like 2015, 2016 or something.
Yeah.
No, we
Yeah.
were all off. It was February 28th, 2017.
Oh, okay.
So
That was
yeah,
way
I would
off.
imagine they're pretty far into development on that. I'd like to see what that looks like.
Mhm.
I think it'd be cool if we saw like
Yeah, go put
something
somebody
for
else.
the new God of War.
Yeah, if they're far enough along, they can at least tease it.
Right.
Because I think just with everything that Microsoft's showing, I really know Sony's working on something, so I want to see what they're doing.
I want to see. My prediction is that God of War is probably a little too early for now.
Yeah, I mean, I was just ideally.
Right, but I would love to see Horizon, and I would love to see, even if it's just a teaser, I would love to see Spider-Man 2 teased
Yeah.
at Insomniac. I think that would be really cool, and maybe like obviously it wouldn't be Killzone because that's Guerrilla, but maybe like another first-person shooter type game. I don't know if it would be you bring back Resistance or it's a brand new.
Well, I mean, if they think about releasing a Call of Duty and Xbox for their show, I would try to do that and see how PS5 handles that kind of graphics to it in their system.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, it'll be interesting. Like I said, I mean, it's the stuff. The stuff is right around the corner now, so we're gonna start seeing a lot of cool tech, a lot of tech demos. I can't wait. I'm very excited. I'm fingers crossed. I'm gonna get a PS5 on day one. See when pre-orders go live. So that's all that I've got in terms of the news stories. Is there anything else before we kind of turn over into what we've been playing? Anything that jumps to mind that I didn't get to cover?
No, I don't think so.
All right. So what have you guys been doing? Or basically just the status quo?
That I've been on the COD grind. The game got hooks back into me.
I can only stay away from COD for so long before I jump back in. It happened with Black Ops 4 too.
Yeah. I used my Microsoft points to buy the Battle Pass.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's funny.
Which is really cool.
Well,
It does have some good stuff. I mean, it's. Go ahead.
You get like weapon skins, weapon variants, emblems. It's nothing that's going to change the game, but stuff to make you look cooler, pretty much.
Yeah.
I was just saying it was cool because
any new weapons are already free. So
yeah, because sorry, the cat's biting me. But what I was saying was cool was like I haven't used my Microsoft points on anything,
right?
And it's just a really cool idea. Like I had a bunch saved up,
right?
And like you get points for everything, like searching stuff on Bing. You get like points for that, and whatever, just hanging out in the Xbox system. And I had a bunch saved up, and didn't really cost me anything, really. So yeah, it's cool.
Well, that is cool. I didn't know that that Microsoft did that for just using like the Microsoft ecosystem.
Yeah.
What about you, Chase? Anything besides Call of Duty?
No, that's pretty much it. Unfortunately,
going on that Damascus grind, and now they got a new camo out, the Obsidian camo.
I saw that.
I'm working towards that.
So it's gonna last all year. I'm kind of resigned to my fate.
What about you, Leo? You still playing the show?
Yeah, I play it once in a while. Well, ever since I downloaded some new games yesterday.
What'd you?
Yes, I downloaded GTA 5.
Nice.
I want to try to beat that again.
Have you started that yet?
Yeah,
have you?
I started that today.
Did you?
And Skyrim, since it was on sale for $14.99.
I wonder how many different versions of Skyrim have come out. Like they've made so much money off of that game.
It's been on every single system imaginable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised it's not out on cell phones.
But I was thinking,
I think that the new Elder Scrolls would be like cool if we saw that.
Yeah,
that would be
Like,
cool.
Going back to the other topic, if we saw something on the new Elder Scrolls, because there was some not leaks, but like rumors about where it could take place, and I can't think of it for the life of me anymore. Read something.
I'm not super well versed in
Redfall, if that's a place.
Sure.
I don't know.
Sounds good.
It sounds like an easier place.
But yeah, that'd be cool to see.
Yeah, that'd be cool to see.
Elder Scrolls or Starfield, because that's actually further in development.
Yeah, that's supposed to be released first compared to the the Elder Scrolls game. Real quick, this is not. I mean, it's not breaking news like earth shattering, but Sony Pictures official Spider-Man Spider-Man movies Twitter account referred to the quote Spider-Man universe of characters. So basically, all of the Spider-Man Venom movies that are released under the Sony brand are now referred to as the Sony Pictures universe of Marvel.
Oh,
God, that's a mouthful, man.
Yeah, so I guess we'll have to start
with an acronym for that.
That's just pretentious. Like, we get it. You own the rights to like Spider-Man and X-Men, or not even
it's
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man and Venom.
Oh, I thought. Never mind. It's SPUMC.
Spunk.
Spunk.
Oh, come on. You guys did not think this through.
The Sony Pictures universe of Marvel character. That's a fucking mouth. Nobody's gonna call it that. They're just gonna wait until Marvel buys it from them, and then it's just the MCU.
I mean, not a whole lot of people. If you ask people what the brand Spider-Man is, more than likely they'll think it's going to be Marvel.
Oh yeah, it's just Marvel. It's the MCU, even if obviously it's not technically.
Yeah, they're not going to know all that stuff.
No, I agree. I think that's it. Yeah, I haven't been really playing anything. I haven't done any. I was going to say video gaming.
When we were talking about Elder Scrolls, it reminded me of this funny story I heard about Fallout 76. How they finally added NPCs to the game.
Yeah.
And then like there's this thing like where people are dying and the NPCs are looting their body.
Yes.
And so they can't get their items back even when the NPC dies.
Yes, it's so funny. There was I think I told this on the story on this show before, but when they had the premium subscription, whatever it's called, it was like $100 for that they basically, when you did that, next to your name tag, like as you're like going through the world, there's a little icon that shows you that you paid for the $100 for the thing.
Yeah, that little cool point.
Yeah, and so what they did is that they all the people that didn't pay for it would beat up the people that did pay for it and then steal all the loot.
That's funny.
Yeah, I just thought it was funny that they added NPCs and then the NPCs were taking your loot.
Yeah.
And then it's impossible to get it back after that.
That's so funny.
They even have a deal right now in PlayStation Store for that game.
Oh, do they? I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be hard even if it was free.
There is a Japanese Gold Week sale on the PlayStation Store. So Golden Week in Japan is basically, it just kind of celebrates JRPGs. But Sony does one every year, and so if you guys are interested in any JRPGs on the PlayStation system, there's like huge discount, like 40, 50, 60, 75% discounts on
it's 50% off right now for all Japanese games. Yeah,
but it's there's like a bunch of the Tales games, there's a bunch of the Star Ocean games, a couple of the Dragon Quest games are on sale, so if you're interested in that, picking it up.
So the Final Fantasy games,
a bunch of the original Final Fantasy games, like PS1 versions, are all super cheap. I think that is it, guys. It was a news heavy week, like I said. don't think that there is anything else unless you guys have anything.
Nope. I'm gonna try to.
Sorry about the cat.
I'm gonna try to do
Going
the
crazy.
battle Call of Duty here in a little while.
You're gonna play Call of Duty?
We'll be on and we'll be playing. So
I'm going to. I think I'm gonna. Yeah, if you guys play, let me know. I'll jump on. I'm gonna watch the season finale of
you
Dave.
Can go play Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Beat that first before you start playing other games.
We're out of the party.
Yeah, I already beat Final Fantasy 7, so that's why I'm downloading Call of Duty.
All right. I'll get on that.
I beat it twice already. Man.
But yeah, I'm gonna finish watching. I'm gonna watch the rest of Dave tonight, episode 10, and then I might start.
You watch Defending Jacob?
No, I haven't started anything on Apple Plus yet. I need to.
Yeah, you should watch Last Kingdom though, because the new season that literally just came out this past Sunday. Very good. Whole show, very good.
And then I think I want to start. Yeah, I'll probably end up starting one of those two. Yeah, like I said, that Assassin's Creed trailer really got me in the mood for something in that realm.
Vikings is also very good.
Is it?
Yeah. That's what the game reminded me of.
Mm-hmm.
The Viking show.
Yeah, it definitely reminds me of Vikings more than Last Kingdom.
Oh, really?
Last Kingdom's a more like realistic look.
And yeah, the Valhalla was very stylized. You can tell,
Right.
which is cool. I like it.
Yeah.
I like the way they did it.
Right. Maybe I'll start Vikings then. Save Last Kingdom for next time.
Yeah, I think they referenced the bloody eagle in that.
Oh yeah, you'll find out what a blood eagle is if you watch it.
If you watch Vikings season 3, I believe.
Thanks to
2 or 3, season 2 or 3. You'll find out what a blood eagle is.
All right, I'll look forward to that. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, that has been this episode of the Save Point Podcast, Games Edition. If you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, give this video a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and most important, please tell a friend to do the same. We couldn't do this without you guys. We didn't get any questions this week, so if you have anything that we missed, maybe some questions about Assassin's Creed, Final Fantasy VII, or anything else that's kind of going through the gaming industry, drop us a question. You can either tweet at me at SavePointJosh or at LAT9, or you can email me at josh@savepoint.com, and we will definitely get that on next week's show. This video is going to go up tomorrow. We're recording this on the 30th of April, the last day. Can you guys believe it's May already?
it's cold outside. The hell is that about?
I don't know. It's Ohio for you. But
Earth is dying.
that is true.
He's coming back to life with all this crazy stuff going on.
But this is going to go up tomorrow on the 1st of May. We'll record the entertainment edition either this weekend or maybe early next week and get that out for you guys. That'll kind of cover everything that is going on in the movie, TV realm of things. But yeah, drop us a line. Can't believe I just said drop us a line. Leave us a question on any of those topics, and we'll be sure to get it on the show, like I said. I think that's everything, guys. So until next time, you guys stay safe.